Hello and welcome to episode 6 of the Youth Intake Challenge with Dulwich Hamlet. Just a quick episode to the end of season review, try and negotiate the transfer window to see if we can hold on to one or two of the senior players, and then the opening game of next season, which would be season 3. So things are looking exciting. Let's get into it. And just before we get into the end of season review, a couple of quick notes which are quite beneficial is we've managed to improve the youth recruitment again. So this is the second time they've improved the youth recruitment network. So that's a positive thing, and that should help us with the next intake. It's not so much affecting what's just happened, but in the future we should be able to get a better calibre of player. And also when we go through the club info in facilities, we did also get an upgrade to the junior coaching, so we're up to adequate academy coaching as well. So 2 positive changes which will impact the youth intakes going forward. We've also been able to get ourselves on a coaching course, so we're studying for a Continental B licence, which helps in us training, which then has a knock-on effect of making the players develop that a little bit quicker. So all positive changes. All we need to do is last all the way through to when them players develop. So without further ado, let's get to the end of season review and see how we got on in season 2. And here we go. So end of season review, 25-26 season. I suppose the thing from our point of view to look out most of this, and the award that I think is probably the most important to reflect on, will be the youth player of the season. My bet's on Oscar Allen, but we'll see as we go through. So new arrival wise, obviously we have no transfers in. Transfers out, we let Elliot Romain go, veteran striker, but again he was 34 and wasn't going to get a game. Loans out, we did put 4 players out on loan to hopefully help them develop. As you can see on the left hand side, the board weren't happy because we didn't command a loan fee for it. So moving forward, that's something for me to look at, is trying to make sure that when we loan them out we do get some kind of contribution towards their wages. Moving on, results wise, National League South, we got an A+ from the board. They wanted to get a top half finish, which we did. We finished 11th. For a little while we were hovering just outside the playoffs, but we couldn't maintain that momentum. We were, however, well clear of the relegation zone. As you can see, 39 points, bottom of the relegation zone. We were on 65, and then the threshold up to the playoffs was 80. So we finished a good 15 points clear of the playoffs, a bit short, but we were also probably a good 26 points clear of relegation zone, so hopefully that puts us in good stead for next season. In terms of the results, bit of a mixed bag. Quite a slow start, losing the opening couple of games, getting a couple of draws, and then we hit a bit of a win streak where we got 3 in a row. We then kind of fell into that kind of rhythm of losing a few games, then getting back on a winning streak, which I think they go from September through to December. We had a really long winning streak, which was quite positive. And then we went on a 4-game losing streak, and that's kind of the theme. We were a bit inconsistent, which isn't unusual when you bring that many youth players through. And then unfortunately towards the end of the season we just went full on downward spiral, but by that stage we were well and truly safe. Again, we did take a couple big beatings from Boreham Wood and from Worthing, but the rest of them were fairly tight affairs, so we can take some positivity from that. FA Cup wise, we got to Woking in the 4th qualifying round, so maybe not as good as the season before, but again it was never a competition we were ever going to win. FA Trophy, which is a bit more realistic, even though it's probably more realistic if we go up a division. We got as far as Crewe Alexander, who knocked us out 2-0 comfortably. We beat Bath on penalties the round before, so again unlikely we were ever really going to win it. It's more about staying in the league. Looking at the moments to remember then, our biggest win was against Didcot in the FA Cup, which is a game we expected to win. And what's positive to see is them little yellow markers which annotate the youth players is Oscar Allen getting a couple goals, Jack Gilder and Amayako were 3 of our best young players getting on the score sheet. Match to remember was away at Maidenhead, again a 2-1 victory. Dean Spence getting a goal there, so another youngster. And then goal of the season was scored by Oscar Allen. That's when he got 4 goals in one game. I'll remember that one against Concord. So a positive season, especially for Oscar Allen, and I think he'll be the one who gets the Young Player of the Season award. In terms of the finances, all our deals and revenue have gone up. Our reputation hasn't moved up yet, but again, I think that'll come as we hopefully get promotion. Maybe not this next season, but the season after. How we lined up then, it's pretty standard formation that we've kept throughout the seasons in terms of young players integrating. We've got Fontas at right back breaking in there, Gilda, Amayako and Allen. So the first four have kind of made themselves first teamers in terms of the whole season, which is positive. We've just got to see how many more we can integrate into that, either by being forced into it with older players leaving or by them young players coming in, because Oscar Allen's his current ability is now up at 3.5 stars. In terms of the accolades, nothing for me as the manager. Club awards, Shakumbi again, player of the season. Oscar Allen, as expected, got young player of the season. He got goal of the season and top goal scorer as well, and highest average rating. So in terms of the youngsters coming through, he's been the pick of the bunch. It shows in the games he comes in, and when you go into the record breakers as well. Most goals in a league match for fastest goal, Jake Gilder. But again, we're still reliant on the Michael Chambers, the Jack Ruddys, the Binham Williams, and the Shakumbis of this world. And for a few of them, hopefully we can keep them on for one more season as we integrate in this latest youth intake and start to see the one after it as well. History in the making. Again, I don't think we've made much history yet, but in terms of the manager timeline, we've had 100 matches in charge. 10 high potential players in the squad is brilliant. Best things in life are free. Achievement that comes with that. So it's been good. It can get better, and I'm sure it will get better. We just need to get through this transitional phase, which takes me into the to the squad we've got. As we've discussed many times in the previous episodes, the players who are leaving at the end of the season, Alfie Allen, Michael Chambers, Binham Williams and Pingling, that doesn't leave us with many of the first teamers left. So we've got Ruddy, Ekpiteta, Shakumbi, Scarlett and Scott, and to a lesser degree William Lakin, but they all want away, so they might well go in the transfer window anyway. So it's going to be quite pivotal now on what we end up with as we approach the end of this transfer window. So that's the next thing, is clicking through the transfer window and seeing where we are at the other side of it. There's no point looking at the scouting update, so I'll click through. I'll get us all the way to the end of the transfer window. We'll see who we've got left, and we'll have a quick run through the squad planner, and then we'll play the opening game of the season. So stick around. It's going to be interesting to see who stays, who goes. If we keep half of them, I think we're in for an alright squad. If we lose all of them, I think next season might be a bit of a scrappy one, but we'll see. So stay tuned, and I'll be back shortly. Welcome back for a quick update, because this is something I have not really ever seen before. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 clubs coming in with job interviews. Obviously we're going to turn them all down because we're on a one club challenge for the youth challenge, but again, I've never seen that many come through at the same time before, which is unusual to me. There was another bit of news I was going to update us on. I can't quite remember what it was now, bear with me, it might pop back into my head. We did squads, that was it. So Binham Williams, he's come to the contract renewals and he's going to sign for one more year. So that's another bit of massively positive news that we've got as we go into another season. So yeah, the good news just keeps coming at the minute. We're going to have one extra player coming into the new season, so positive news, and obviously we must be doing something right when we get all them job offers. The final bit of news actually, and that's what I was going to come back, it's popped into my head, is when we did our club vision at the start of this season, we've really been lucky, and we've got developed players using the club's youth system has popped up, which is something that they want us to do. So that is exactly what we want, because that's exactly what we're doing. So that's another string to our boat, hopefully keep us at the club a little bit longer if we do have a dip in form. So I just wanted to update you on that before I carried on. We're currently on the 1st of June. We've set a couple players for release, but we're still trying our best to hold on to the rest of them. So stay tuned. I'll be back shortly, and hopefully at the end of the transfer window. Welcome back. It's the 1st of August. We've negotiated the transfer window, and we have positive and negative news. So first with the positives, we've been through all the players and we've renewed their contracts, and we've even managed to tie Jack Ruddy down for another couple of years, William Lakin down for another couple of years. We've got Binham Williams, he signed for an extra year, and then we've also managed to get Riley Scott in for a couple of years. So quite a positive window in terms of tying players down. Unfortunately, Shakumbi has decided he wants to leave at the end of his contract on a free transfer. I'm not too disappointed with that, because it means we keep him for an extra year and he's one of our key players. Bad news wise, Jake Gilder unfortunately has broken his lower leg. in pre-season friendlies, and he's going to be out for 5 to 8 months, which is a huge hit for us. In terms of his stats, I mean, he'd reached 3.5-star potential, which was, I mean, that's some climb he's had in the one full season he's had. A key player for us, really. Scored lots of goals last season. I think we can see them all in here. I mean, he had 38 appearances. He had 43 the season before, when he scored 14 goals in 81 games from the left wing. And I think he would have just had another really good season if we'd have had him. But c'est la vie. We'll have a quick look at his development progress. But now he's going to be stopped in his tracks, unfortunately. His all-time stats boost since he took over, or since he came into the squad, has been phenomenal. And we wish him a speedy recovery. So we sent him through the specialist. We paid the money to get him through the specialist. We'll get him back as soon as we can and integrate him into the squad. What that then means in terms of the squad planner, and I've filtered that very much out to the best 24 players between the first team and the under-18s, including the new players that have come through. Penciled them into the squad planner. Goalkeeper-wise, we've got Jack Ruddy and Will Lakin, so no real change there. We do have a couple good young prospects who've got 5-star potential, but their current ability is not quite up that 3-star level yet, so we'll probably send them out on loan or leave them under 18s to develop. Left back, we've got Bin Williams for an extra season, which is fantastic because it means Cocking's got another season as his understudy. James Cockings is another one with a huge amount of potential, up to 5-star. He's currently up at a 2-star in his current ability, and his development is going pretty well. So in terms of his progress, he started that upward curve. We're going to integrate him into the first team squad, so that should help him come. And in terms of his all-time stat increase, nothing prolific so far, but as he moves into his second full season, I think we can see him start to increase and get a bit more game time. So another massively positive one. Moving into centre half, Ekpiteta, he's going to sign for an extra year, so that's good. We'll keep him alongside Lolo Atienza. They'll be the front two. Who'll play a lot of games, leaving us with Gene Elsley and Marlon Brophy as the understudies. Again, stats-wise or potential-wise, Brophy's a 4-star potential and Elsley's 4-star as well, so they should get plenty of exposure to the first team this season, which will help them hopefully skyrocket up their potential list. At right back, we've got Mikel Scarlett. Again, he signs for another season, 2028 now, so well, 2 seasons. We've got Andrew Fontas. He played a few games last season. He's going to be the understudy again this season, which is again, he'll get some good game time, but in terms of giving him that little extra bit of breathing room to develop, it's only a positive thing. Defensive midfielder, I mean, we've got Shakumbi up there. He's not going to play in that position really. It's going to be Riley Scott predominantly, and then either Joshua Curran or Benjamin and Jammer are going to deputise for him in that deeper role. Further forward, we've got Shakumbi's going to take one of the 2 roles, and he'll switch about depending on who else comes in behind him. We've got Josh Schaff, Inuesa Ouedraogo, Dean Spence and Kelly Ajayi. They'll all rotate through them centre midfield positions. Dean Spence more likely now to move out to the left-hand wing in the absence of Jake Gilder, leaving Josh Howarth a little bit weaker in that position as the understudy. But we can't really do much about that because Gilder's out for so long. On the right, Edward Amayako, he'll carry on. He'll come in for another season. He's injured for probably the first game, so Mbabu will deputise initially. And we've got Howarth who can play on the left and the right. Bizarrely, he's better on the right, even though his natural position is on the left. Amayako, incidentally, we've made club captain, so he's hopefully going to stay here for the long term. In terms of his leadership, it was one of the highest in there, and his teamwork was pretty good as well, so a bit of a no-brainer really. And then up front, got Oscar Allen, who's at 3.5, and climbing. His potential is just phenomenal. We've got Inuesa Ouedraogo as a substitute striker, and then also Steve Tracy, who's probably going to play more as the deputiser, with Ouedraogo picking up a central midfielder role, but we will rotate it a little bit depending on how they play. So that sorts out the squad. I think it's not that bad a squad really, considering what it could have been if all our best players had left. In terms of our pre-match or pre-season predictions, 50-1 actually, which is much better than we had at the start of last season. We're not too far off really, that kind of mid-table. We want to avoid relegation in terms of the club vision, so that's achievable. like we said before, develop players using the youth system, which we're doing anyway, so that's a massive bonus to me, and I'm delighted that that's come in there. So all in all, a pretty good transfer window, barring the Gilder development, and we will hit the season running, hopefully. So we'll get into the first game of the season, because we don't often see matches from this save. But we've got a home game against Concord to kick off the season. You'll see some of the younger players getting their debuts. Friendlies went okay. Oscar Allen picked up as normal scoring goals. And we'll see if we can hit it in a positive note and kick off the season with a win. So stay tuned and we'll get straight to that match. Welcome back. So here we go. Home game against Concord. We've got a few little injury niggles and a few little fitness concerns for the start of this game. Maybe the friendlies have come a little bit too close to the start of the season. But what we've gone for is ready in goals. We've got a back four of Binham Williams, Ekpiteta, Elsley coming in for Atienza, and Scarlett playing right back. So the bulk of our legacy players are in those positions. Then we've got Scott playing that deep defensive midfield. They're all just in front. Shakumbi and Shaf just ahead of them. And then we've got Spence on the left, and Babu comes in on the right, and Allen up front. So it's not our strongest 11, but it's the strongest we could field today, whilst balancing some of the fitness concerns we've got some of the other players. It's good enough to win. I'd like to see Oscar Allen get scoring early, because it took him a while to get going last season, and really I'm just looking for a lot of the younger players to develop really quickly as we push on through the season to cover the gaps left by Gilder, etc. So positive start at the beginning. First chance coming to us from the kickoff. But again, we'll see how it kind of pans out, because very often we can be on the back foot for quite a considerable portion of the game. As they hit the post, we manage to scramble it clear. Babu will break down the right, but I think this will probably filter out to a non-highlight. Yeah. Sometimes it's weird. Sometimes you get a long counter-attack from a highlight, so Haddock will throw it down the right. Again, Concord having the bulk of the opening play, and Randall's beat Ekpiteta to the header and slammed it past Ruddy to get the opening goal for Concord. A little throw-in routine. Haddock to Hockey, curled into the back post. Ekpiteta should have really just jumped and headed it away. I don't know what he was trying to do. It looked like he tried to chest it down. Unfortunately, we go a goal down. But we'll carry on with a positive mentality. We'll see if we can get back into the game. As Allen wins a header in the middle of the park. Spence going down the left-hand side, linking well with Binham Williams into Schaff. He plays it to Allen. He has a shot, but it's blocked and he doesn't get it on target. 15 minutes into the game, so it's fairly even. We're starting to get a couple more highlights in our favour now. Shakumbi into Mbabu, and he's been fouled. Oscar's the penalty taker. Oscar Allen. Oh, and he's hit the crossbar. Not something he normally misses, but again, when your luck's not in, your luck's not in. Spence back to Binham Williams, and we've won a free kick at the edge of the box. And the concern with that is that Allen's rating will go down and he'll start to play a little bit worse. We need him to get some chances and pick up again, because we don't have any strikers fit on the bench as we currently stand. But that sways the XG a little bit, the penalty. It didn't go in. We've got to live with it. On another day it goes in, it's 1-1, and we've got the ascendancy. But we just have to pick it up and go again. Ekpiteta down the left to Spence. Binham Williams again now. Oh, he's giving the ball away, trying to outpace him at 0 miles per hour. Shakumbi into Allen though. He gets and that makes up for the penalty. I'll take that all day long. Everyone loves a smashed strike from the edge of the box, in off the crossbar. Out of nothing really. Shakumbi plays it into Allen. He takes a touch, sets himself and fires it right in, not quite right in the top corner, but in off the crossbar. Goalkeeper left belly up in the floodlights, and that's what everyone likes to see when you see a screamer from the edge of the box. As we approach half time, we're in the ascendancy. Ball chipped to the back post and nearly got him for a header, but the keeper claims it. Is there going to be another highlight off that long ball over the top to Ekpiteta? Heads it clear. Concord get the ball back. Dangerous just before half time. Initially cleared, and the ball goes sailing over the bar. Spence is struggling, so we'll get Ajayi on. We will play for set pieces. Looked like a foul there on Ajayi. Haddock looks like he's going to pick up a red card. Ajayi, who's only just come on, he's not picking up an injury. He has to get a free kick, but he's not scoring from there. Ajayi with a corner now. See, can he deliver something useful into Bingham Williams? Good header, but we'll get a second attempt just before half time. Ajayi will deliver again. They want Bingham Williams for Brophy there. I don't know what that change is. Fitness change. I think we'll leave him for a little bit after half time. He'll get a little bit of a rest. He'll get some of his fitness back. We'll just delay that that substitution a little bit as we move into the second half. I don't want to change too much because we've got on the ascendancy. Although I do want to push on and win this game and start the season positively as the long goal kick goes over the top. They've managed to break through the left-hand side. Ruddy's had to tip it past the post. And what we don't want to do is go another goal down when they've only got 10 men, as Marshall will deliver a corner. Ekpiteta clears it. And hopefully that into high. I thought Scott was going to put in some kind of horrendous tackle there. Bingham Williams for Brophy. We're going to have to do it because Bingham Williams is tired. And again, we need to manage the fitness in the first few games. We've picked up one nasty injury, which has left Gilder out for the season, essentially. We can't be doing we're picking up anymore. So Ekpiteta into Allen at the edge of the box. Schaff has a shot wild from range, never really threatening the goalkeeper. So we go into the final half an hour. Shout a little bit of encouragement. Try and work the ball into the box. Shakumbi for Curran. As Concord get a chance down the left. In it goes, initially cleared. Marshall gets a chance. It's blocked. And I always worry against 10 men. They're going to nick a goal and play a flat back 10. As Marshall throws in a corner, it's cleared initially. Scarlett will get a chance to break. He's cut back to Curran, who's only just come on. Can we fashion something from their corner? No. The highlight ends. And we're running out of time now. We'll shout a little bit more encouragement. 15 minutes to go. Brophy with a throw down the left-hand side into Ajayi. We've got to find a way to get it closer to the goal there. Is that another penalty? Ajayi's been taken down. Oscar Allen will get another chance. Can he redeem himself? He can. He puts it in the bottom this time. He doesn't often miss two in a row. And we've from going a goal down, we've got our noses in front, 2-1 up against the 10 men. Allen with a lovely little finish to get his second at the start of the season. Question is now can he get a hat-trick to kick off this season? Allen taking the corner this time, so I don't think he can get on the end of his own corner, but he is that good. Oh, header against the crossbar, and Ekpiteta at the back post should have scored. So we go into the final 5 minutes. I know, to be honest, I'd just be happy with the game to end now and take the 3 points as we hit injury time. One last chance of a free kick getting slung on from Ajayi. What's he going to do with it? I would slip it down there, but Ekpiteta with a header, it goes over the bar. So it's all over. A positive start. The transfer window's gone good. The youngsters have managed to get themselves a win over Concord on the opening day of the season. I think we were fortunate. We weren't at our best, but we did get the result. A couple of penalties there. We did miss one, but 3 points to kick off the season is wonderful. So let me know in the comment section what you thought of the transfer window in terms of keeping the players on long-term contracts. It's devastating with the injury to Gilder, but do you think we've got the squad to make do? I think we can make a real push for the playoffs this season. I think we've got a really good squad. I think the players are developing well. And when you come back mid-season or mid to the end of the season for the youth intake preview and an update on where the players are, I'm hoping we're going to be in a more positive position than we ever have been. So once again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, tick the bell if you want to make sure you don't miss any episodes. And I will see you later on in season 3. Take care.